Hey folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a really simple pair of earrings using our Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms. Let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, I've got a couple of pieces of gold 20 gauge wire, a couple of tiny gold head pins. Actually, I need 4 of those, come to think of it. Some little bits of chain, some of the little hematite leaves, now the ear wires and the head pins and the wire is all from my stash. The rest of it is actually from the kit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put one of these little hematites onto the ball head with one of the little green peridots. Come on, green peridot. And then we're going to wind it up and hang it from one of these pieces of chain. We're going to do that for 2 of them on each earring. That's why I said, oops, I needed 2 more ear wires because I did not get enough out. Well, come on, little peridot. Okay, so the chains are different lengths, so these will hang down a little bit differently from each other. So then we have a smaller and larger piece of chain. Like so. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook those to the bottom of a, we're going to make a eye pin out of this. Hook the 2 little chains onto the bottom. And then we're going to put rose quartz, one of the spacers, one of the green color of the morganite, another spacer, and the pink with gold speckles bead up on the top of that. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is to wrap these teeny little guys and put them on their chain. So we will bend them over. Get out our bell making pliers. You can use round nose. I just prefer to use my bell making pliers, and I use the littlest one. Up and around and over and down, and even her out some. Grab one of your chain pieces, slide it on, and then we're going to hold this where the loop comes together with your pliers. Grab your second pair of pliers and wrap this around here. Okay, so we're going to cut the excess little bit of wire off. Tuck this baby in. Now see, I've got that a little bit crooked, so I'm going to straighten that up. There's the first one. And now we'll do the same with the second one. tuck that in. So now we have our two little pieces of leaves on our chains. See how they're going to hang like that. And the next thing we need to do, of course, is to make our eye pin for those to hook up to. So we want to get our wire pretty straight. Then we'll bend it over. Get out our bell making pliers, over and around and down and over, leaving a gap. And there we go. And then we'll just slide those onto there. One. Now, because these are exactly alike, other than one's longer than the other, it doesn't matter which one goes on first, or if they, you know, front or back or anything like that. So, come on, second one, go slide through there. There we go. So now all I need to do is wrap this up here. So, just like anything else, grab it and wrap it. So now it's the pink rose quartz, the bead cap, morganite, oh no, don't, oh good. For a second there I thought it wasn't going to go on. And there we go. Now we just have to do the wrap to put on the ear wire. Isn't that cute? So now, because this has no definite front or back, you can wrap this however you want. But when you do your second one, try and be consistent with it. Up and around and over and down and around and straighten her out and leave a gap for your ear wire. Over and through. Now grab it with your pliers and wrap. Down there, you guys. Trim the excess. And tuck her in. And there is earring number 1 finished. Now we just got to do the exact same thing to earring number 2. So we just firstly, of course, want to do the leaves with their peridot beads. bend those over. Get out our bell making pliers and make our tiny little loop here. Over and around. Grab one piece of chain, put it down through here. Hook it up. And wrap. And cut the excess off and tuck it in. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the second one. Pliers were on that second little bit of chain. I thought I'd lost it. Well, if you were wondering what I did, I let the wire slip down too far on the, I just bent it on the base wire, and so I needed to bring it back where it needed to be. And boy, have I got that bent. Whew. Just straighten that up. Cut this off. Tuck it in. Oh, come on, baby. Don't be difficult. There we go. Okay. Now the next step is to form the loop at the bottom of our 20 gauge wire. So let's get our wire straightened some. There we go. Now we'll make our loop. Over and around and down, and bring her around and straighten her up. Leave our gap for our chains to go in, and let's feed our chain in. There goes one. And two. Now we just have to hold our loop while we wrap. So let's hold our root loop right here and wrap her up. So one, we have 3 wraps, I believe, on the other earring. So let's see. Yep. So we definitely want to get 3 wraps in. Now I'm going to cut just a teeny bit off here and tuck it the rest of the way around. And now it's time to add our beads. Okay, now that we have the little pieces put on, now we need to put our beads on. So we start with the rose quartz, one of the bead caps, the green morganite, the other bead cap, and the little pink with gold flecks. And then all we have to do is make our loop for our earring wire. Now I noticed that I've got both of these going the same direction, so I'm going to want to do that again. I don't want them to be wonky to each other, so we'll bend this way. Put this guy in, over and around and down, and bring her over, straighten it up, and now it's time to feed in our ear wire. Looks like I may not have left enough gaps, so we'll gap it a little bit more here. Come on, baby. There we go. I felt it give. There we go. Now we'll grab this with our pair of pliers and wrap with our second pair. Cut the excess wire. And tuck her in. Now it's bent a little bit, so I'm going to straighten her up. Go. And there are our earrings. Didn't those turn out pretty? So here we are. Here are our pretty little earrings that we just made with our April Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms. Aren't those pretty? I think they turned out really cute. Hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and again we've been using the April Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms to make those pretty earrings. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.